Hey everyone, it's Nick Randoms88, and we're back with that one single visual novel that is sweeping the fucking nation, taking it by surprise, and that is Katawa Shoujo. A love story that is probably the biggest visual novel to my knowledge. Like, usually when you think visual novels, you really don't think that they're going to be that big, especially if they're indie made. Like this one was. But this one, best well made one because it took fucking like 7 years to make. Alright, so I forget where we were. I think we were here. But don't quote me on that. Let me pause it real quick. And yes, this is where we are. So we're going to start right now. Matao lurches into class in a tired stagger. Suppose students aren't the only people that enjoy their late Friday nights. This man was out getting booty at the local strip club. He went there with quarters. Without saying a word, he scrawls some page and question numbers on the board and slumps down at his desk. It's completely atypical behavior for him, but it appears that no one in the class is going to call him out on it. Wordlessly, the students shuffle their textbooks into position and get to work. Not wanting to break the trend, I do the same. Fatigue has made the class antisocial. Not a peep is heard among the ruffling papers. That can partly be attributed to the two empty seats beside me. For some reason, Misha and Shizune aren't present, probably doing student council work for the festival. It's very quiet without Misha present. I wonder if she was born as rowdy as she is, or if she is making up for Shizune's lack of voice. I don't know how far back we actually stopped from this, so yeah, I'm just continuing it from here, hoping that we will get somewhere. I'm currently uploading Rin's story, so by the time you guys see this, it's gonna be way past the usual time. But enough about that. Nakai, can I speak to you for a moment? I'm so engrossed in thinking about Misha that I don't even notice Matao approaching my desk. Sure, what's this about? It's probably better if we speak outside the classroom. Something about this doesn't sound too good, but I stand up and follow him out into the hallway. Matao stands in the hallway, scratching his head as he works out what he's trying to say. Not knowing what's going on, I wait silently. I heard from the school's head nurse that you had an incident the other day. Ah, so it's about that. Well, kinda, but it's not anything to be worried about. Yes, it is. Anything that can endanger your health is something to be worried about. We try our best to prepare you for life here. Part of that involves knowing your limits and how to work around them. It would be remiss of me if I didn't speak up about this. Alright, I get it. I'm sorry, asswipe. Sorry that I'm trying to fucking get the attention of a girl. So fucking sorry, Matao, with your fucking bullshit hairstyle, your tiny ass head. Matao closes his eyes in frustration, and I realize that it probably wasn't the best thing to say. 1 second. Something tells me that you're not sorry. Pretend as much as you want, but this isn't a normal school. A lot of people have put in a lot of time, effort, and money to make sure that you and every other student here can have some level of education as your peers. Oh, same level of education. For you to abuse that by throwing out advice, especially medical advice, is plain selfish. Not quite sure if this is actually how he feels or if it is some act that he's practiced many times to guilt trip students into doing the right thing. Either way, it's working. I understand. This is all new to me, and I apologize. I know my limits now, and I'll be sticking to them. Matao appears to lighten up a little. No, he doesn't. He has the same fucking facial expression as he does every other fucking time he's on the screen. That facial expression that just looks like he's high or bleeding from the fucking eyes. Oedipus complex. Satisfied that his message has been received. So then, on to my next question. How are you finding your studies? I understand you were laid up for a while. Not too far ahead, are we? I don't think so. Tried to keep up when I was in the hospital, so it hasn't been too hard. Matao taps his chin and raises an eyebrow as he absorbs this information. Is that so? I suppose that there are still students out there that realize the importance of learning. I wouldn't go that far. I was only trying to keep myself occupied in my little life support prison. Well, yeah, you gotta keep up with these things, right? That's exactly it. One wrong move in this world and you're left behind, right? Alright. Wouldn't want that to happen. Sounds like you're speaking from experience, though, Matao. No, you wouldn't. Every week there's a new scientific discovery. Most of them mean nothing to the layperson, but any of them could be the key to the next big thing. I'll keep that in mind. It's obvious that Matao's serious talk is over and he's gone back to his standard, slightly scatterbrained approach to life. I think, in hindsight, that I prefer him this way. He's slightly more predictable in his unpredictability. And that sentence made no fucking sense, Asao. Don't ever do that again. Oh, it is fucking 3 a.m. and I'm fucking doing a recording for Katawa Shoujo. Let me move my plate of pizza that I fucking heated up. So I can fucking lay back and relax a bit. Stretch. Excuse me. I'm a bit tired. Might go to sleep after this recording. Well then, I think that's all I really had to say. Let's go back inside, shall we? My relief at that suggestion is insurmountable. Sure, you're the boss, right? Matao pauses for a moment. I don't think any of my students have ever said that to me before. Epiphany? Matao? No. Oh, hold up. I cannot have my elbow just laying on the fucking bed because I'm in a lot of pain. Because I got torn up at work. And then I broke my fucking toe on the fucking bed frame. And then I fucking cut my fucking fingers at work. It's just like, oh, lovely. My fucking week is going just grand. For an instant, I consider replying to this, but something deep within me tells me to shut my mouth and get back into the classroom. A few of the students jump at the sound of the door, rapidly trying to pretend that they are working on the questions on the board. Some don't even bother, their heads slumped on the desk as they nap. Thankfully, it would appear that Matao does not even notice them. He returns to his desk and retrieves a scientific journal from one of the drawers. Guess I got him there. Oh, I guess I got to him there. The class returns to the near silence that Matao and I left it in before our chat. Mixed feelings of tiredness and anticipation buzz around the room. Everyone here is either waiting for a chance to rest or the chance to get their last minute preparations underway. Yeah, fucking baga flaga boo. Fucking. What the fuck is on my hand? Hold up. I got like some ink on my fucking hand for some shit. Fucking ink. Yeah, GTFO. Thank you. The clock on the wall slowly takes the remaining class time away until finally the bells cry out, ending the torment. Before you all leave, I expect the answers for those problems by Monday. Sorry, just some. My voice kind of went all weird there for a second because I. You ever get that feeling that you got like a fucking piece of fabric in your mouth or something? It just makes you shudder. It's just like, ugh. Yeah, that happened to me during that. During reading that last thing. Class size is 1, instantly regretting slacking off, but still acutely aware of the more pressing issue at hand. The festival. Classroom empties in a blink as everyone rushes to their last minute festival preparations. Stay behind to try to quickly finish the questions so I don't have to bother with it over the rest of the weekend with the festival and all tomorrow. Hello, Hanako. Don't worry, I'll be coming to save you soon. You just gotta give me a little bit of time. Apart from me, Hanako is the only one left, obviously waiting for Lily. It's weird that Lily comes all the way to our classroom to pick her up. I expect that him moving it around is at least nominally harder for her than it is for Hanako. But it's none of my business, and I naturally don't ask about it from Hanako. Despite the relative proximity of our seats, neither tries to strike up a conversation about that or anything else either, so an oppressive silence falls upon the classroom. Time passes in silence. It's probably just 15 minutes or so, but it feels longer. Turn pages of my notebook. Hanako turns pages of the novel she's reading. My pencil lead splinters against the paper just when I was about to finish a paragraph. Sounds of my irritated sigh and subsequent fumbling around for a sharpener feel like they're breaking the mood in the classroom. Hanako keeps her eyes firmly away from my direction. Before long, Lily's tall figure appears in the doorway. Hello, Lily. I miss you already. Don't worry, I'll revisit soon. Maybe in a dual commentary or some shit. Hanako? Ew. Her name is all it takes to make Hanako jump up from her desk and run to Lily. They talk quietly for a moment, but it isn't long before Lily leaves down the hall and Hanako idles back into the classroom, taking her seat once again. I watch Hanako out the corner of my eye out of sheer curiosity at the idea that the two should be separated. For a couple of minutes, she does nothing but sit with her chin in her hand, staring at the desk dejectedly. The boredom evidently becomes too much for her, though, her slender frame reaching into her bag and pulling out a small book. Come to think of it, that isn't the one I saw her reading at the library. She must be quite a fast reader to get through them at this rate. After about 10 minutes of restlessly shuffling in her seat and trying to read, Hanako closes her book and leaves too. As should I, since the assignment is all but finished and there is nothing else to do in the classroom. Not that I have anything to do anywhere else either. 1 second. Oh god, not the loud music. School is a beehive of activity, but nobody pays me any heed. I saunter past classrooms filled with students frantically doing this and that, buzzing around like little worker bees. You wouldn't guess the school day is over. Oh shit, I skipped it. Damn it. Text history. It's a bit quieter outside, but not by much. People zip by left and right, hurrying as quick as they can, busy and energetic. Feel the opposite. The midday sun seems to be draining all the spirit out of my body, making it feel limp all over. Warm, soft air flows inside my shirt, feeling like a cushion. I yawn lazily, thinking about what I'd do. Oh, it's fucking contagious even if you read it. God damn it. I'll drop off my books at the dorms first, and then something I haven't decided yet. Maybe Kenji is in his room. No. Kisao, bad. We are not visiting Kenji. Hell no. On the way to the dorms, I spot Emi coming my way, running despite not having those weird running prosthetics on. I wave at her and she skids to a stop. Yo, Hisao, what's good? Spatters of white and green paint adorn her nose and chin respectively, but her smile is wide as it seems it always is. Jesus Christ, that's close. She leans closer to me, amplifying the feeling she is examining me. What you doing? Not shit, just kinda walking around. What are you doing? Nothing really. Don't have anything to do for the festival and everyone else seems to be doing something important. That's perfect, then you can help me and Rin. With the festival preparations? I'm not sure if I would be of much help. That's fine. I'm not much help either. And you admit it. Emi grabs my wrist and starts dragging me back inside the school quite forcefully. Even her walking speed is more like jogging, making me stumble over myself, simply trying to keep up. The stairs slowed down Emi a little bit. Maybe it's hard to climb with her legs, or maybe she's finally run out of breath. No, I highly doubt it, dude. That chick could probably run a fucking 50-mile fucking marathon and still be fucking jogging. We go all the way back to the third floor in the seniors' hallway, ending up where I left 5 minutes ago. I could just as well have stayed here waiting for Emi, had I known. So, is Rin working on that mural still? That's right, she needs all kinds of paints and brushes and stuff, so I went to get them from the art classroom. And you need me to help with that? Well, Rin told me you had already helped her, so I thought you wouldn't mind. I see. So thanks to Emi's flaky logic, here I am again, collecting stuff from the art classroom for other people. Revisiting. Rin's story was truly a mindfuck. The room is empty apart from ourselves and the lonely specks of dust floating in the air. Emi skips straight away to the back wall, digging out a tiny crumpled piece of paper from her pocket. While she tries to make sense of the scrawled writing, take a closer look at the materials lying around here. Dozens of paint cans and bottles arranged on the shelves in a most unorganized fashion. Ugh, fucking allergies. Some look like they have been left there for several decades, relics of previous art club generations. Next to the heavy stacks of nearly piled drawing paper are boxes full of different sized brushes and assorted crayons. Oh, not assorted, unsorted. The smells of paint, turpentine and fresh paper float in the stable air, mixing in my nostrils to form that unmistakable scent of art. Emmy studies her notes, comparing them to the markings on the various paint cans, and passes them to me as she finds the correct matches. She scratches her neck to look on the topmost shelf, but it's not quite enough. Her eye level stays below the shelf no matter what she does. Emmy gives up and just looks up to the shelf longingly, like a child at a toy store, huffing in annoyance. After a moment of building anger, she starts jumping up and down, apparently trying to speed read the labels during the fraction of a second she can see them and catch what she can. It's no surprise that she fails miserably and almost manages to bring the entire shelf crashing down. Now I see why me lending a hand would be useful. 'Cause she's fucking short. Come on, let me do that. You can't jump high enough, and I don't want you to hurt yourself trying. And I'm like twice your height. Yeah, you are not. Bullshit. She turns around, flaring scorn, flushed cheeks and all. Just kidding, just kidding. Anyway, I'll look up there, okay? She glares at me one more time, but can't come up with a retort, with a grudging humph, or just, bitch. Just how's it taste, motherfucker? That haterade. Hold up. She turns back to me. Kerm. Just Kerm. Fucking Rin's story. God damn it. So I begin scrounging around at the top shelf for paint while below Emmy crouches to scavenge what she can from the cupboards. What are these? Those are my nuts. Sorry, I had to steal that from fucking Vash because that was like the perfect timing for that because I've been meaning to fucking record this shit and I knew I had to come up with something fucking... And I couldn't come up with anything for that specific moment in this story, so fuck it. It's not like these are going to be viewed by many people, though they can be if it truly ends up that way. Shake my head a little, after double checking to ensure that she can't see me do so. Emmy having a complex about her height was a surprise. I wouldn't have joked about it otherwise. She seems easygoing, but I guess everyone has their weak spots. It's funny how you struck like the worst one. Only after we have almost all the items collected and spread out on a desk, like a treasure hunter spoils, do I realize that it wasn't necessarily the height jab that got her riled up. She might not like to be told that she can't do something like jump. But Emmy herself seems to have forgotten all about it already. Quick to anger, quick to forgive. She is that type of person? At least she doesn't seem to have taken anything to heart, as she chatters away happily while we pick up the rest of the items and then make our way back to Rin. I chivalrously carry the bulk of the materials as we make our way towards the dormitories. Rin is really stressed about getting her painting done. It's her own fault, though. She should have started earlier. Is she going to make it? No idea. It looks good to me, but with Rin, you never know what's going on. Found her this morning lying in front of the dorm in fetal position. She hadn't slept all night. Can't believe that the night nurses hadn't found her. And now she's painting again like crazy. Yeah, I've noticed that she comes off as kinda unhinged, so to speak. Emmy giggles at that, as well as at my likely too obvious awkwardness. I don't mind it. She's just a little weird sometimes. A little. On that I can agree with her. Unlike me, Emmy seems to be cool with Rin's whatever it is that feels so off about her. Still, they don't feel close like Misha and Shizune do. With them working as a single entity, sometimes it's hard to say where one ends and the other begins. Even though they're so different, just like Emi and Rin are. And Rin is the most different of them all, different from anyone else I've met. Really, she's not. Yeah, I guess she's a very unique person. I return to that word again, as if it encompasses Rin's personality by itself, but really it's just a substitute for a lengthy description of her oddities. Emi giggles as I grasp about for as I grasp about for a properly descriptive word. She's just weird. You know, earlier she just spent half an hour sitting on her box and stared at her toes. She giggles again in a way that makes me think she doesn't know what's funny about it. It just is. All the time. All that time. Just staring at her toes. Just like, I'm so enticed by how they move. The working area is a mess, but the mural itself has taken over even more of the wall since I last saw it. The disfigured human figures that have been mostly colored in tones of red, pink, and orange, weird, imaginary things populating the spaces in between. It looks nice. Can't think of any word that would describe the work concisely and comprehensively, so I settle myself on the nondescript nice. But honestly, it seems that the area around the wall becomes untidier at the same rate as the mural progresses. The ground is littered with dozens of paint cans, various art supplies, and empty soda bottles. Rin herself is at the center of this chaos, standing there looking very cozy as if she was a natural part of the scene. Her pant legs have been rolled up to her knees, exposing her thin legs, which sport a drawing spectrum of war paintings, similar to those on Emi's face, even though there's nothing on her face. Emi sprints to Rin ahead of me and gleefully jumps in front of her. I'm back. That was fast. Did you run in the corridors again? Hisao helped me. Emi points victoriously at me. She just looks at me like, you bitch, I wanted her to suffer. Rin turns around, following Emi's finger with her eyes, looking at my general direction. She nods absent-mindedly at me. Oh shit, my fucking voice is like getting all raspy. Hold up. I need a drink. Ugh. She looks like she hasn't slept since the last night. A vacant, glazed stare that's unfocused, slightly off me, and movements like in a slow motion movie. Move me. Hello, Hisao. Thank you for your help. Don't mention it. Ever. I just did. Never mind. Looks like you've made progress. Looking good, as far as I can tell. But now you get more bad luck. I know, but I'm willing to take the risk. That's a very nice thing to say. For me, of course. Not for you. This is why artists are always unlucky. They have to constantly look at their unfinished paintings. Alright, 1 second. I have to check my time. What are we working with here? Enough. So artists can't find romance. Their favorite TV shows are canceled, or they die young because of an unspecified disease. It's a deep and mysterious law of the universe. Unless they are blind. She considers this for a while, looking like she's going to fall asleep. There is a boy. At the art club, you see. Blind boy, so he doesn't see. You already told me. I glance sideways at Emi, and she glances back in a way that tells me she's heard this one before, too. She looks like she's, like, dumbfounded, just like, wait, you've told this story before. What? Neither of us says anything to Rin, though, and so she continues her monotone soliloquy? Soliloquy? Is that what that is? Soliloquy? Soliloquy! Like an unfunny stand-up comedian. He should become an artist. No bad luck guaranteed. Oh, 1 second, my back itches. Fuck. And I got scratches on my back. That's just grand. Fucking dogs at work. Don't you think that would be a good idea? That only blind people should become artists? No, not as such. Oh, what the fuck? I got like so many like bite and scratch marks on me from fucking work. Ow. Oh, that's an actual cut. Okay, that shit hurts. Ow. You might have a point. Abandoning this train of thought, she turns again to consider her work and starts humming a tune that I think I recognize but can't remember the name of. Emi arranges the supplies we have brought and moves a few paint cans around, trying to bring some organization to the scene. Emi, I need the Prussian blue paint. Which one's Prussian blue? She is staring helplessly at 7 or 8 cans, each with a different tone of blue. It's the one with Prussian blue paint in it. Geez, Rin, you're not helping at all. I look around as well, even though I don't know what Prussian blue looks like either. I wonder what blue has to do with Prussia. Or what Prussia even is. The name sounds vaguely familiar, but I can't place it. While none of the blues look more Prussian than the others, the small print on the labels is legible enough to determine that none say anything about the contents being Prussian. You know, Rin, you could just, point with your fucking foot, or like tap it. There is no Prussian blue here. We need to go get more then. I open my mouth to say that actually we're not both needed for such a simple task like finding another pot of Prussian blue, but Emi's already grabbed my arm and started dragging me off. I waved to Rin, who doesn't seem to have noticed that the two of us are even leaving. Well, she'll notice when she goes for her Prussian blue and finds out it's still not there. Maybe. Probably not, actually. Well, I'm busy thinking of how weird Rin is. Emi's been dragging me back to the art classroom. Feel myself starting to run out of breath. What's the rush? Huh? Emi's giving me an appraising look, as if she's trying to figure something out. It's just that you seem to be in a hurry. I'm not sure if I can keep up. Comprehension dawns on her face. You're not out of breath, are you? There's almost an accusing playfulness to her tone. I'm tempted to deny it, but then I realize that I've been breathing heavy since we stopped. Guess it's kind of obvious. A little. Not everybody can be in shape, Takes all kinds, right? Emi frowns. Not a particularly good frown. Yeah, that is, I should get in shape. Not that I hadn't already decided to try for that. After that flutter on the track, I figured there's a real need to get in some sort of running habit. I was, after all, feeling pretty good until I had my false alarm. Well, actually, I wasn't, but it was fun. Meanwhile, my comment seems to have helped Emi come to some sort of a decision. Well, that's it then. She gives me a serious look. You're joining me. I beg your pardon. In the mornings. You and I are now running partners. I've got a routine all planned out, in fact. She produces a crumpled sheet of paper. I've got it right here with me. Take the sheet of paper and give it to once over. Times, dates, and laps all laid out. A slow increase from just a few laps a day to, my God, does she expect to have me running marathons? Where did she find the time to get all this together? And how long has she been planning this anyway? You been planning this? A little. But it's really the nurse's idea. He told me to keep an eye on you to make sure you exercise like he told you to. A vast conspiracy? Maybe Kenji's onto something here. No, never repeat those words. This seems a bit much for just keeping an eye on me. Well, to be honest, I've been trying to find a running partner in the mornings for a while now. My God, Kenji, if you could only see the scheme unfolding, he would probably be having a heart attack right now. Quick, somebody get a video camera. Oh, wait, I'm recording. Never mind. Show it to him later. What do you need a partner for anyway? It's easier to keep up a workout if you're not the only one doing it. Isn't that obvious? You're less likely to quit if someone else is counting on you to be there, right? I guess that's true. I see, and this won't only keep you running, but it'll make sure that I keep running as well. Meaning that I'll be obeying the nurse. And I'll be keeping an eye on you just like he asked. You caught on quick, Hasao. And if I refuse, I have no intention of refusing, of course, but I've got to at least put up a token resistance to such a masterfully executed plan. Well, if you refused, I'd have to pout. You'd have to live with being the guy who made Emi Ibarazaki pout. You don't want that on your conscience, do you? As if to demonstrate, Emi begins pouting. It is the most adorable, heart-wrenching thing I've ever seen. Okay, I'll do it. Just don't do that. Feel like I hit a puppy. So it's settled, right? You're going to be my running partner. Follow the workout? And a dietary plan? Dietary plan? Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no, bitch. It's one thing to make me bust my ass in the mornings. You ain't messing with my food. Fuck it. It'll probably be worth it. Fuck it. We'll do the dietary plan. You've got to eat healthy if you're going to get in shape, you know. I examined the workout routine closely. I don't see the dietary plan on here. Hold up. My nose itches. Oh, God. Please don't tell me I'm going to sneeze. Okay, we're good. I thought I was going to sneeze. I don't see a dietary plan on here. Alright, I forgot to give that to you. Another crumpled sheet of paper is produced and handed over. Somewhat less detailed. I had the nurse help me come up with it. The amount of dedication that the nurse has to keeping me in good health is pretty overwhelming. I don't know many school nurses who would get one of their students to spy on me, much less help come up with a dietary plan. Then again, I guess I'm not in a normal school. And maybe that's not such a bad thing. No, it's not. And then again, this dietary plan seems to cut out just about everything that'll be offered at the festival tomorrow. Well, doesn't that suck? So when does our running start? After the festival. Right after? What if I had something to eat there? I could get a stomach ache, you know. I meant the day after the festival. I knew that. Wasn't there something we were supposed to be doing? Oh, I guess we should get that paint for Rin, huh? Oh no, it slipped my mind. Damn it, brain, you failed me again. By the time we get the paint and get back to the mural, Rin's already wandered off. Oh well. Amy and I both decided to part ways there, leaving the paint on the ground. Rin will find it whenever she comes back anyway. Festival's tomorrow. I'm actually a little excited for it. At the same time, the week's left me feeling pretty tired, so I read a little and then go to bed. And then I check my time as the chapter transitions. Oh, we got about a good amount of time left still. Awake. The next day I wake up feeling a little lightheaded. It's almost noon already. Sleeping late is fine, since it's a Sunday and there are no classes. Not just a Sunday though, but the festival as well. From my window I can already see some people at the soba booth slinging noodles onto plates for people with a craving for low quality food. And I've read this fucking sentence about 3 times now during these playthroughs. Holy shit. Go back a handful of my morning meds and ponder how to spend the day. There will be a few exams in the coming week, but I don't consider those as ominous as others, so I'm not as worried about them as I probably should be. With no urgent obligations regarding education, I should be free to spend the day at the festival as I like. Finishing my morning routine, I exit into the hallway, intending to go out and find something to eat. Ugh. Passing by his door, I decide to see what Kenji is up to today out of impulse. I'm curious if he has any plans since everyone is doing something. Then again, I can picture him having built a soundproof shelter in his room. Or possibly something like a fort with no girls allowed sign. With the girls crossed out and the body crudely scrawled underneath it. You know what? Fuck this. We have read this so many damn times, I'm not reading it again. Especially since I fucking hate Kenji. I hate him with every bone in my body. Okay, here's where it gets new. I wonder, kinda hungry, but I made this deal that I'd try to take better care of myself, be healthier, you know. Don't know if I should steer clear of the says takoyaki or head straight in. Deal? Sounds ominous. So what are you getting in return? Booty. Nothing, I guess. It's not that kind of a deal. You know, Emmy, from our year, we kind of agreed to watch each other's backs and... Aye! The shrill scream and the expression of abject horror in Kenji's face chill my blood. As if I told a Catholic priest I sold my soul to the devil. Her? You sold your soul to the devil and didn't get anything in return? What the hell is wrong with you, man? I'm trying to get booty, unlike you. Do you know who you're dealing with? A very short ball of energy? She's a public health danger. Do you know how many people she sends to the hospital monthly with her carefully placed flying tackles? She's one of them, a key player in the vast conspiracy that aims to complete a submission of everything that is manly. Dude, there is nothing about you that is manly. Look at you wearing that fucking Harry Potter scarf. Can't believe what I'm hearing. I trusted in your judgment, man. I thought we were brothers. You have to call it off before it's too late. The festival, too. It's just one of their ploys. Yep. Yep. Read that already. 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 Yep. Yeah, it's kind of unsettling, and now I start to feel doubtful myself. Should I bother going? I've got a book, and I've been meaning to read. Something about an underground postal system that may or may not exist. Short too. Could have finished it in a day. But would that be a good way to spend my time? Hell no. Go out and party, bitch. Well, yeah, definitely would be. But I suppose that would be a better idea to head outside. See the festival. Try to integrate with all the other sideshow acts. Honestly, I should at least make an attempt to keep up with the somewhat friendly personality I've had the past week. Maybe get something to eat. My stomach suggests. It's almost lunchtime. I could at least grab something from one of the stalls outside. I'm soon outside, surrounded by various students and people who may or may not be their parents. Even so, often I catch a glimpse of someone who clearly just came up from town for the promise of a festival. They're easy to spot. The ones who can't stop staring, and behind their eyes you can tell they're thinking, now, what's wrong with this one? I almost want to yell at them. But at the same time, can I deny that I've been doing the same thing all week? A wave of something like disgust sweeps over me, guilt for my own narrow-mindedness. I push the thoughts aside, concentrating on the pangs of hunger that burn my guts like a wildfire. The scent of something fried leads me to the promised land where I can get some lunch. I'm just getting my order when a loud voice interrupts me. Hey, what the hell are you doing? Having lunch? Breakfast? You mean you just got up? Suddenly sleeping all morning feels like a crime. No, I meant lunch. Honest. She's not buying it. Brunch? It's not a healthy breakfast at all. She snatches my food out of my hand and glares at me. What the hell is this girl doing? Hey, that's my breakfast. What happened to it being your lunch? It's my food. Amy places her hands on her hips and begins lecturing me. Did you really forget your dietary plan already? You need to be more conscious of your health, Sal. What about your heart? My heart's fine the way it is. Mostly. All I get a response is a roll of the eyes. I doubt that. You wouldn't be here if that was the case, would you? Girl's got a point, of course. But I'm not about to concede it. It's not that bad of a heart. Certainly it can handle a little grease now and again. Yeah, sure. And it handled a little running just fine, too. Emmy seems unconvinced. Not surprising. Hold up. I have a feeling that our time is dwindling. Slightly, yes. Not surprising, as I haven't even managed to convince myself. Maybe, but not if you're sleeping the day away all the time. Devious look suddenly crosses her face. Of course, if you've been following a routine from the beginning, you wouldn't be in this situation. Yeah, I've had a pretty eventful week, you know. For example, I almost died, and there was a lot of meeting people, and then I was on a roof for a while. Which is no excuse for slacking off, you know. A little near-death experience is no excuse for skipping basic exercise. Like running in the mornings. She nods as if something important had just been decided. So it's settled then. You bend the error of your ways and are willing to adhere to my routine, right? I'll see you bright and early in the morning. We'll be running buddies. You know, you'd already convinced me yesterday that this was a good idea. You don't need to convince me again. Not that I did a good job of being convinced. She's right about eating healthy after all, and here I am ordering something grossly unhealthy. But delicious! And there are more important things than deliciousness, aren't there? Just like staying alive. Hey man, I'm decently fucking healthy because I can eat any type of fucking food. I can eat fucking vegetables, fruits. I literally will have like a fucking apple for like lunch or some shit. I love fucking apples. They're fucking delicious. If Emmy weren't here browbeating me over for my poor decisions, I'd probably. Hey, wait a second. Sudden question springs to my mind. And why the hell have you taken such an interest in my well-being? 'Cause she wants you, dog. Emmy shrugs and grins at me. You're the new guy. Figure you don't have any friends yet, right? It's kind of bogus to say, because I've caused you trouble all week, right? I owe you for not getting angry. I told the nurse I would anyway. Uh-huh. Crazy little running girl wants to make me healthy. Well, I suppose there are worse fates. Okay, that sounds fine. Thanks for your concern. Tomorrow morning, then? I figure that ends the conversation, so I turn to leave. Not so fast. Feel a hand on my collar, and in a second I've been yanked backwards. Hey, no need to be so rough. What do you want now? Emmy looks almost wounded by my annoyed question. Thought you could use the company. Her eyes narrow. Besides, you were just going to try sneaking some more of that fried crab, weren't you? Well, I wasn't going to, but now that she mentions it, that it would have been a really good idea. I was not. Another glare. Okay, maybe I was going to get a little. The glare continues. Okay, a lot. Jesus, I'm in danger of myself and others, aren't I? I get done agreeing that I need to be healthier, and then immediately start considering the next unhealthy habit that comes my way. I knew it. Can't be trusted. Now I definitely have to stick with you. This whole situation feels silly. I can only imagine what passerby think of the sight of me being lectured by a tiny girl half my size. Maybe I should just give up for now. Fine. Do what you like. I sigh. Might as well make the best of this. What do you want to do? Emmy thinks for a minute. Well, I promised Rinna I'd stop by her mural. So let's do that. I confess that I'm slightly curious to see how her mural turned out myself. So again, I consider there are worse fates. Give a nod of assent and find myself almost dragged bodily through the crowd as Emmy races to our destination. By the time we reach the dorms, I can feel my heart pounding. My heart shouldn't be pounding after just that. Take a few deep breaths, willing myself to calm down. I'm one of the most normal-looking people in the school, but I still have to be here. Sometimes I almost wish I'd lost a hand or something. At least then it'd be obvious that I belong. But instead, I don't even look sick. Even now, trying to catch my breath, I just look out of shape. Amy looks back and notices my state of distress. You're not going to die on me, are you? Please don't. It'll be all my fault, and I don't want to have to deal with that kind of guilt. Besides, after the last time, I really don't think I need to see that again, especially because the nurse will totally say it's all my fault. Nah, I'm fine. Guess I need to start running after all. And you wanted to keep eating your greasy whatever it was. See, it's a good thing I found you, right? Yeah, yes it was. Maybe. Of course, I don't add that I wouldn't be in this state if she hadn't dragged me across the festival grounds. Further conversation is interrupted by the sudden appearance of Rin, looking as normal as always, as well as normal as she can be. Check the time. Yeah, I'm going to stop it here and start one more recording for you guys.